dreamers, welcome to my channel. I'm Miggles. I make a lot of variety content. I don't do vlogs every day, but I do that kind of style where it's like, come along with me. I'll show you part of my life. I do travel vlogs and especially Disney vlogs. I'm also a travel agent and all my services are free, so feel free to reach out whenever you have a trip in mind that you want to plan. I also do some gaming as well. But yeah, this is going to be my 2025 update. I try to do an update every year at least to like go over the last year, my reflections on the last year, my hopes for the new year. Sometimes it doesn't always make it in January, and some years I skip, but I do try. So 2024 was a difficult year. It wasn't an awful year, but it was one of the hardest years of my life. And the reason behind that is, for those of you that have been around a while, you probably have noticed that my teeth are different now. I've been trying to figure out if I want to disclose, like how much I want to disclose about this. I do feel a little bit better talking about it now. I feel like more ready. And it's kind of something that you would have noticed. It would be really hard not to notice. So that's basically what 2024 ended up being about. I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew it was going to be an adjustment. I knew it was going to take time, but I didn't realize how much time it would take because there were complications. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to adjust. My dentist, who suggested I get my teeth removed, he didn't fully explain everything. Everything that I would have to deal with, he didn't even fully explain the fact that if I went to this one place, I would have to do it. I would have to get my teeth removed in not just one time, but multiple sessions. There was a lot of lack of communication, and I don't regret it. I'm glad I did it. I'm still really glad I did it, and it needed to happen. My teeth were really bothering me because they were just getting worse over time. They were shifting. So I had to get them removed, and I had to get dentures, which was a very, very difficult thing to go through. I think my first surgery was either at the end of February or early March. I'm pretty sure it was the end of February. I don't remember. I went to a place that took my insurance, but because I had to use a place that took my insurance, I couldn't be totally knocked out. And because I couldn't get totally knocked out, they could only do half of my teeth extractions. And going into the appointment, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. No one told me that. The person that I made the appointment with just asked me if it was going to be a full extraction. I said yes. They asked me if I had most of my teeth. I said yes. So they didn't tell me. They should have told me right then that you can't do a full extraction if you have all your teeth. There was poor communication with a lot of people. I thought I was going to get them all done at once with one surgery, just get it over with. But since I had to split it up, I had to do the top, wait a couple weeks for it to heal, and then do the bottom. I had to wait 3 weeks after my final extractions for all of them to heal before I could get my mouth measured for dentures. So that already puts me back a lot of time without teeth at all. So that really upset me. I was so upset when they told me when I was first at my appointment. I was so upset that the surgeon didn't know what to do. He told me that my options were either to do it that way or go find a place that could totally knock me out, and then I could do it all at once. Because the drugs there's like a limit how much you can be numbed and all that. And so it was, it was safety precautions as why they couldn't do that. But it was a big adjustment that I had to make in my time frame. And the surgeon didn't seem to be very understanding about that. He said it's just 2 more weeks. Like, he wasn't very understanding. And one of the reasons I was so set in my time frame was because I already had a trip booked for May. If you've been watching, you would have seen that already. It was to Universal Orlando with my agency. So, like, I didn't even pick the dates. I just thought that I would be able to have all my surgeries done and everything by then and be able to go on my trip with my new teeth and all that. So pushing it back made me more nervous about the fact that I might have to go without teeth at all. And that thought really scared me. So I had to make a decision pretty fast because they were going to have to reschedule. If I went home and thought about it, they'd have to reschedule and it would have to be pushed back anyway. And my teeth were really bothering me. They were really, really painful. They were making it hard to sleep because I also started grinding my teeth as well. So I was having a lot of problems. So I decided, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It is what it is. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I just want my top removed. Those were the ones that were bothering me the most, and they were the most painful. The surgery was so hard. Before this, I had a fear of dentists. I have a fear of doctors in general. I have a fear of pain, especially. I have a fear of needles. My biggest fear is a fear of needles. And you know that for these kinds of surgeries, they have to put needles into your gums. And I know that they had to do it a lot. And I wasn't put under. I took laughing gas, but that's it. So it was a really excruciating experience to go through. I listened to Taylor, disassociated a bit, and I got through it. And then the healing part was also very difficult to get through. It actually was easier the first time, which is surprising. You'd think it'd be the other way around. Since I had been healing and I didn't have teeth at the top part of my mouth, I was not eating the best. My diet had been very, very slim and very lacking. And so I think that that's what made it so hard the second round, because I did get sick. I got sick the day after my second surgery. So it was very hard the second time. And I had to do the surgery again. I had to disassociate again and listen to Taylor. And it felt longer. For some reason, the second surgery felt way longer. I was expecting it to be like, oh, I've already done this. But no, it was actually harder. But I got through it as well, and my gums healed, and I went in and got my gums measured for dentures, and the denturist I had, I think he's a little too timid. He's not straightforward enough. He doesn't tell me what I need to do directly, and so that kind of made it weird, and I think that messed up the measurements. The week before my Orlando trip, I got the call that my dentures were ready, and I was like, yes, perfect timing, right? Well, no, because I went in, tried them, and he wanted to remake them. Then after I got back from my trip, they were ready again, and he had to remake them again. So I basically had to go 3 months without teeth at all, which really made 2024 hard. I figured out things I could eat without my teeth and all this, and I adjusted, but it was really hard. Then I got my dentures in July. Maybe it was more like 4 months without teeth. and they were really, really difficult to eat with. And I felt really discouraged. And this whole process made me really doubt myself and not feel like myself. And it was really hard. I felt like it changed my appearance so much, and it made me question everything and everything about myself. As a travel agent and a content creator, it was really, really hard to let go of my old image, my old looks, because although it did give me my smile back eventually, I just felt like I looked so different to me. Even just looking in the mirror, it was really hard, and it made me not want to do content creation, but I really miss content creation and taking pictures as a travel agent in Orlando. It's made it harder to figure out what angles I wanted and what I was okay with. That's why that vlog is a little bit different than my typical, because I am not facing the camera. Even now, it's still kind of hard to get used to how I sound and how I look. I don't think I look bad. It's just hard. It's a hard adjustment. And eating was really hard. In fact, the first month I had my dentures, eating was so difficult that I felt completely hopeless, and I kind of gave up for a month. And I shouldn't have done that, but I just didn't want to put them in. I knew it would be an adjustment, and I know it would be hard, but no one told me, no one really explained to me how it would feel or what it might be like or what was normal, what wasn't normal. My dentures didn't even tell me how to really take care of my dentures. I had to look all that up myself. I just felt so clueless. That's the truth. I felt clueless and hopeless, and like I would never be able to eat again. I would never be able to do content creation again. I would not feel comfortable doing anything like that. I would never date again. I had all these thoughts going through my head a lot this year, and it was really hard. That's what I had to focus all my energy on in 2024, and that's kind of why I disappeared for a while, and why I was originally planning on going on more trips in 2024, but that's why those plans changed. I still went on 3, which is still amazing because they were all great trips, but I didn't push my travel business as much as I wanted to. I was hoping to really get it going and actually get clients and all that last year, but I kind of had to take a step back and focus on self-care a lot. That was the first half of 2024. The reason that I finally put my dentures back in and forced myself to adjust is because of my trip in September, which I was really excited about. I was going to Disney and going on a cruise, and I was really excited about the food, so I needed to adjust. I needed to force myself to adjust. I spent all of August doing what I was supposed to do, putting them in every day, and forcing myself to eat things with them every day. I'm really glad I did that because I did eventually adjust. It's still sometimes hard. It still kind of makes me question what I want to eat sometimes. Like, do I want to deal with that now for that meal and for how good it will taste? I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with that now. Like, that kind of thing. Every day is kind of different. It's just been a lot of experimenting and kind of retraining my mouth and my jaw and everything. How to chew differently, how to chew with my dentures, and how to use them as a tool. Which I can eat almost anything now, but I still question if I want to. That's the thing. But yeah. So that's why I mentioned sometimes I'm not sure if I want to eat that, or it makes me look at food differently. I'm able to eat salad now again, and I can even eat croutons, which the first time that I ate salad again after getting my teeth removed, I literally started to tear up because I had missed it so much. It's been hard. Now I've eaten sandwiches, which I absolutely love too. I love, like, all the sub sandwich places. I'm addicted. And popcorn, of course. I can eat popcorn. Popcorn's actually pretty easy to eat with my dentures, surprisingly. But that's good because it's what I eat every single day. And the first time I had that as well, I also teared up and, like, was so happy. I've come out the tunnel. Things are looking up now. But it was very hard. I knew I probably would want to tell you all about it because I've always been super honest on my YouTube channel. I've been super honest about what I'm going through in life. There's a lot of details, like specific details that I won't go into, but I do like to share my story. But I wasn't ready before this. The other thing is I started a new job that I do from home. It's training AIs. I can't go into too much detail about it, but I do enjoy it. And I started doing that instead of the nanny job because I wanted to stop having to commute so that I would have more time to focus on my travel stuff. Also, I wanted a job that I could do while on trips so that I could have the flexibility to take trips whenever I wanted, and also if I needed to work, I could work while I was away. Plus, I knew I was gonna get my mouth surgeries, and I didn't know how I'd feel afterwards, which is a good thing that I did a work from home job because I would not have felt okay going to work. I actually really enjoy it. It's still just a job so that I can work up to earning money with my travel business and focus more on content creation as well. But I do enjoy it for the most part. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but for the most part, I do enjoy it. Okay. The other thing is, oh yeah, my niece was born in April. She's adorable. We love her. Our family goes crazy over her. The first baby in our family. Then the other thing that happened in 2024 is I went on my 3 trips. I went to Universal Orlando in May. Then I went to Disney World in September and on a carnival cruise that went to Nassau, Amber Cove, and Grand Turk in September as well. And then I went to Toronto and finally met my friend Ruby, who I've been online friends with ever since 2020 because of Twitch. We found each other on Twitch. If you've been around a while, you may have seen some of our streams together. And you might also know that we are co-hosts on a podcast with also our other friend Jess. It's a Taylor Swift podcast. Oh yeah, that's the other big thing that happened in 2024. I totally blanked on the fact that that started in January of 2024. It's called Talking Swift, so go check it out if you haven't yet. We talk all things Taylor news, and then we also talk about the lyrics, albums, music videos. We dissect everything. We talk about the Eras Tour. We have tons of topics that we cover. And we have a lot planned that we haven't even touched because we had to talk about the Eras Tour so much last year. Go check that out. We're on Spotify. We're also on some other things like Audible and Amazon Music and things like that. Go check us out, Talking Swift, our version. Oh yeah, I wasn't done talking about my trips before I had to segue. But yeah, so I went and visited my friend Ruby in Canada. She lives in Canada. But we went to Toronto and we saw the Eras Tour together. It was really fun. And that would have probably been my highlight of 2024. But something happened. at the end of 2024, at the very end in December, something happened that I was not expecting at all. It's pretty amazing. So I met someone. Not only that, but I am no longer single. I am off the market and I'm really, really happy. And normally when I am starting something new, I'm normally cautiously optimistic about it. Not this time. This feels very, very different. I don't even know how to describe it or how much I want to describe it. I just want to say that it feels super different than anything before. And I feel very good about it. And I'm super happy. Yeah. So 2024 was very, very hard. It was very, very hard. Talking Swift coming out of it was also a major highlight, obviously. In fact, Talking Swift helped get me through a lot of the year. It really helped because it gave me another outlet for content creation where I don't have to show my face. It helped give me another outlet for that right when I needed it. And I love talking Taylor too. That's a good distraction for whatever else is going on in my life at the time. But yeah, overall 2024 was very, very, very hard, but it ended on a really, really good note that I really did not expect or see coming at all. Still not every day that, yeah. I don't want to go too much into detail, but yeah, I am just very happy. You will all get to meet him very soon. I've kind of been in my own little bubble a bit since this happened. I already have 4 trips planned in 2025, and that's the first half of the year. And I'm planning on going at least 3 more places, maybe. My original goal was 5 trips this year, but I think I'm gonna exceed that. I want to go on 3 cruises, but I'm also going to Disney World at some point towards the end of the year. Well, Disney World and Epic Universe at Universal Studios, but I don't know the dates yet for that. I don't know. This year is looking pretty packed with trips, which I am very happy about and I love, and I wouldn't change it for anything. So I'm happy that it's looking so busy with travel, because also that's good news for you all, because that means lots of travel vlogs. So I'm going to Disneyland in February. I'm also going on a cruise in February. I'm going to Disneyland and on a cruise with Eric. He'll be in those vlogs. The cruise we're going on is an MSC cruise, which I've never gone on before. I'm trying to make my rounds around the different cruise lines so that I can see the differences and help you all with that decision a little bit better. So that's exciting. It's gonna be out of Miami. And then in March, I'm going to Jess's wedding in California. And me and Kelsey are going to that. We're driving down sister road trip, super exciting. To get to see that content as well, because we're also going to be exploring a lot of San Francisco and maybe we don't know exactly the plan, but we're definitely going to San Francisco. We're definitely going to the wedding. So that's in March. And then I'm going down to Orlando, to Port Canaveral for my agency's first travel conference. So we're gonna have like lots of different suppliers give us training and stuff like that. And we're also gonna get to tour a couple of the ships while we're there. So it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. I'm still trying to think if I want to add a cruise on to that trip, because that would be a good time to do another cruise. I still am deciding. I also will most likely not go to any parks, which will feel really weird and wrong to fly into Orlando and not go to any parks, but I do want to save my park going for when Kelsey can go with me in the fall, most likely. We're not exactly sure of the dates, like I said, but yeah, those are the plans currently. And that's just, oh, I didn't say June. The travel conference is in June. So I have 2 in February, 1 in March, 1 in June so far. I'm so excited. 2025, I have so many fun things happening. It's almost too much because I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm too happy and too excited for things. But anyway, I am planning on getting back to streaming eventually, but I need to figure out what my new normal schedule is with, with having another person in my life. Like, we're a partnership, so there's gonna be a lot of new normal things. I'm still trying to figure that out. I am kind of waiting for the dust to settle a bit on adding someone into my life and into my schedule before I attempt to add streaming back into my schedule. It most likely will be like once a week when I finally get back to it. Maybe a little more than that. I don't know though, because I am very busy. But I am planning on getting back to my Twitch family, so don't you worry. I'm sorry that I've been so busy. And I said I was gonna make it regular last time. Oh my gosh, okay. So I think last time I streamed, I was talking about my Toronto trip coming up. And I said that after I got back, I would be able to get back on schedule, and that did not happen. I'm so sorry. Eventually, one of these days, I will get back to streaming. I also still plan on going live on YouTube at some point. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what happens. But you will have tons and tons and tons of travel vlogs to watch. So many that I might put up 2 a week in February when I'm putting up the rest of the cruise from the trip that I'm putting up right now. I might finish those off with 2 a week just so that I'm a little ahead of it, because otherwise my trips are so back to back. I am going to be very behind, and it's going to take like months before you see the trip that I went on or whatever. So you might get 2 a week for a few weeks in February. Not every week, but. And then you will be on track for getting a new travel vlog every week. And yeah, tons of travel content. Some with Eric, some with Kelsey, and some by myself. So, lots of variety for you this year. I think that's about it. Mango is still here. He's 17 years old, but he doesn't really act like it, so I try to pretend he's not, but he's still alive. I just want to let you all know that. Mango and Jojo are cute as ever. I don't know what else. I think that's about it. Life has been crazy. Life has been... I don't even have words. I have no words right now still. I'm happy. I don't know how many times I said that, but it's just surprising. It's just very surprising. Honestly, I was almost at the point where I was giving up the idea that I was ever going to date again. I'm just very happy. Yeah. Let me know how you all are. How's your 2025 going so far? How was your 2024? Did you go through any changes like I did? Do you have any questions about my adjustment process and my dentures and my teeth? Like, do you have any questions? Please feel free to comment below or reach out, whatever you prefer. Follow me on all my socials. I'm more on Bluesky now than on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!